hello, my name is Kira. I don't have an opening, let's just get right into it. This is going to be episode 2 of season 1 of Castlevania. Nothing much good happened in episode 1. Lisa was really cool, and then she died. Probably because I said she was really cool, and that just seems to happen. Why do the characters I love always die? Anyway, Dracula is as emo as ever. This might be the most emo I've ever met. Most emo Dracula I've ever met. But let's get right into episode 2 with Mr. Belmont, I believe. We've just been introduced to.
Don't matter. Do you know why?
Because we're poor.
Where'd you come from?
Well, out of your hand, according to you.
We all came from shit. We just
were
work
like
for a
in
living
Revolution.
every day of our lives.
I mean, this guy isn't wrong, it being the 1400s and the way that the world was run back then. Like this guy is not wrong about really anything. I mean, you know, the whole like goat situation was interesting, but you know, the guy isn't necessarily wrong, and if this dude here is a Belmont, like, I don't know, maybe he's been exiled or he's got some other reason that he isn't with that family anymore. But, like, in general, they aren't wrong about noble families just having it so much more than everybody else. So I don't know what, like, I think this is going to be the hero, so they're going to want me to root for him, so obviously he's going to have distanced himself from the Belmonts or something like that. Something like that.
Sorry, can I get my ale? It's just that I think I'm sobering up.
All right, all right. Oi! What's that on your chest?
My shirt. Something to keep me warm.
Is that Richard
while I
Armitage right
find a
there?
tree to
Okay.
sleep under.
Oh, no, it.
I don't. Just one more
Okay,
drink and then I'll leave.
yeah,
right?
so
That's
estranged.
a Belmont crest. You're a Belmont. This is all your fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Belmonts dealt in black magic. The Belmonts dealt with monsters.
The Belmonts fought monsters, so I'm told.
The Belmonts were excommunicated by the church, their lands taken
Okay,
because
okay.
they were evil.
Okay, there we go.
Evil. I think you know exactly whose fault that is.
It's the people who made the giant
Alright.
flaming head appear.
Oh, you can sleep right here.
You haven't got your shovel.
I don't need it. What's your name?
Jesus of Nazareth. Look,
Try again.
Trevor Belmont.
Fucking face down here!
I really like his chances against Dracula.
That's how you want it. I used to fight fucking vampires.
You are out of practice, man.
Would you please leave my testicles alone?
I'd say last son of the Belmont family. If you keep kicking like that, last son of the Belmont family, okay?
And I've never lost a fight to man, nor fucking beast.
Dude, it's so close here. It's so close. Keep being taken out by some inbred hillbillies.
I hope you all bleed out. Through your asses!
I mean, are you really trying to be inconspicuous when you have like this lovely big fur around your shoulders, and it's like you don't dress like a poor person, you know? It's like, are you gonna be that mad when people realize that you're a noble? Like, if you're gonna be incognito, at least put in some effort. That's some lovely scenery.
Last stop between me and starvation.
That is really beautiful scenery. I guess we'll see what the other characters are like, but they also are very complex characters with like some really complex like clothes going on. So I'll be interested to see how they keep that up because, you know, with shows sometimes they just give them very, very more simplistic outfits because it's easier. It's easier to not have to put that stuff on, you know? It's you, especially when they're doing like a lot of like fight scenes, like it's just so much easier if the clothing is simple, because then you don't have to think about, okay, so where the heck is the belt right now, where does this go, where does this go. So it'll be interesting to see how the other characters are dressed, and because Dracula, like, he definitely had a thing with the coat, which was cool. I think Lisa was pretty simple. Trevor is pretty complex. So I'll be interested to see what happens with the other characters, how they're dressed, and how they work that into the fights. Like if they manage to keep the complexity of the character design in what I'm going to assume end up being some fights if this is based on a video game. Oh my god, a baby! Oh my god. Dude, you can't get any lower. You got beat up by hillbillies last night. See, like, even with the torn cloak, that makes his outfit more difficult to animate. Oh my goodness. The backgrounds on this are absolutely gorgeous.
There's an old story, the sleeping soldier.
What for?
To wait until he's needed again, of course. I think he'll come back.
I think you should look him up.
I think the speakers made the sleeping soldier ill. We have no defenses, so of course Dracula's bastards come over the wall every night.
You did not listen to me, sir.
Are you talking back to me?
No, I'm merely talking to you.
Speakers don't help. Speakers are tainted. You attract evil, and you and yours were told to be out of Greshit by sunset.
Will killing an old man make you less scared of the dark?
I don't know. Maybe it'll just make me feel better.
Oh!
Oh, hell. I'm sorry. I was trying to snatch the stave out of your hand. How's your finger? Oh, now that's a funny thing for a priest to be carrying. That's a thief's knife. Seriously? Someone will get hurt.
Might be me. Oh, dude, you got off
Pick him up.
easy. You only lost a finger.
Take him back to your church.
You got 10 of those.
Don't bother this man.
The violence wasn't necessary, but it is appreciated.
You didn't have to do that. But I'm not complaining. I love that. I love that. Okay, so things have definitely been less like, okay. So the show might be actually a little bit funny. The show, okay. Because, like, there was nothing to laugh at in episode 1, but this is actually pretty entertaining. I'm having fun.
I am the elder of the Colderi speakers. Thank you for your kindness.
What are speakers?
And I would be glad of your company on the way to our lodging. Though I insist we be counted as 12. One of us is missing, you see.
Oh.
And I told you it was necessary to offer aid to the people.
Okay, so who are speakers?
However, I was met by some of the Christian priests.
My family's always been on good terms with speakers, although my father once got into a fight with one. I'd prefer something to drink.
Arn, bring our friend some water.
Never mind, then. I know speakers are nomadic tribes. You seem to have been here a while.
That's the church's doing. They need something to blame.
To divert people from the truth. There were speakers in Tergovishte 1 year ago. The church burned Dracula's wife at the stake as a witch.
Not surprised the church is doing that.
If you know speakers, then you know we can't turn away from those in need.
May as well tell him the rest.
He's such a pretty boy.
The story says that a savior sleeps under Gresham. A great hero who sleeps until he is needed. Exactly how much do you know about us, sir?
I'm a Belmont, so I know you're a nomadic people who gather knowledge, memorize it, carry complete spoken histories with you. You gather hidden knowledge and have practitioners of magic in your tribes.
I thought your family had vanished.
If vanished is the polite way of saying exiled, hated, and burned out of the ancestral home,
Then you know something.
So you think there's someone who can save the city asleep under it?
One of us went to look for him.
This would be your missing speaker.
That one went into the catacombs under the mausoleum west of the church.
Oh, well.
Maybe find a tall tree, sit in it, watch the show before I move on. All the good little people dying horribly, all that. My family were the only people who could have fought Dracula and his army, but they didn't want us.
But the ordinary people of Wallachia, they didn't get a choice.
For evil bastards to win power, all ordinary people have to do is stand aside.
Oh, okay. So he's got the same attitude that Dracula does, basically, you know, just... Okay, just stand up. Stand up against the church. Stand up against the people who own the plots of lives, who own the houses that you live in, who, you know, maybe have a... indentured servitude sort of thing with you, you know, who knows? I mean, the thing, I mean, obviously he's living kind of not great now. He can't be destitute, otherwise he would have, like, you know, sold off that fancy cloak and stuff. But both people in this show who so far have been like, yeah, no, the small people need to rise up against the big. They've been from noble backgrounds, and these speaker people, they're the ones realizing, like, what are the small poor people supposed to do? Like, it's, I get, okay, so his family burnt out, so no home, any of that's all gone. Like, obviously we're gonna have some bitterness, that is justified, but there does come just an innate misunderstanding of how much power the regular person would have had against the church, against nobility, against, you know, all of the people in power. Just, it's very easy to imagine yourself as this poor person who stands up against the nobility or the church or whatever and says, no, do not drive the Belmonts out, they will hunt the vampires. And then what? The church just says, shut up, and then sends people like those two jerks from earlier after them. You know, it's really easy to imagine yourself in the shoes of some brave peasant when you've never been a peasant, you know? Kind of like Dracula, like, okay, you're all at fault for my wife dying. Well, really not. Really not, you know? And then you're all at fault for my family being, you know, discarded and all that stuff. Really not. Really not.
It's the Elder's grandchild down there. We can't even bury them. It's not our way to just leave our dead unattended to.
So you're staying to die with the good people of Gresham, not just because it's a good thing to do, but because you don't have your grandchild's body.
If you want to put it that way.
If I go and recover your kid's body, will you please leave? They're going to come for you soon. The good people. It's going to be a pogrom. They were talking about it in the marketplace this morning. If I find your grandchild, will you leave this city before nightfall?
Yes.
Rude.
I'm leaving now. Don't go walkabouts looking for people to give support to.
It is not dying that frightens us. It's living without ever having done our best.
I don't care.
Oh, okay, that's the end. Oh, okay. Okay, well, it definitely got funnier. These episodes feel like they should be longer. Okay, so he's gonna go find the speaker. I'm gonna guess that he's gonna find the soldier as well. That just kind of feels like how this is going. They're gonna find the soldier. Who the soldier is gonna be, I don't know. Is it gonna be someone from like Dracula lore? That'll be interesting to see. We'll see what happens. I like the idea of the speakers. It's very fun. And again, just appreciating the complexity of like the clothing and the backgrounds. Like the animation is very nice, even when it's like people getting their eyeballs whipped out. Like the backgrounds are just like this beautiful kind of like, I don't want to say like watercolor, but almost like oil painting sort of thing. Oil painting, but done in watercolor. I don't really know how to describe it. It doesn't have the 3D-ness of an oil painting, but it's certainly got kind of the splotchiness to it. I don't know. It's just really lovely. And then the characters themselves have a lot of intricacy to them, especially the main character here. So really, really lovely art style. And, you know, I really just feel like the story's just getting started. So, yeah. So, again, my name is Kira. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like, or, you know, if you like this content, subscribing all helps out. I'm a small channel, still trying to grow. I hope you're doing well wherever and whenever you are. I'll come back with episode 3 very soon, I guess. So, take care till then. Bye.